will enjoy the story of Vali Vadha from Ramayana, and as usual with a twist at the end, because at the end of it we are going to talk about a method of study gleaned from this story, and which is very important and very useful, especially for students and managers, for problem solving and students for making their study easy. So in the Ramayana, we'll directly come to the point. Vali and Sugriv both fought, and Rama from behind the tree was supposed to shoot an arrow at Vali. First time they fought, both of them looked so similar that Ram was not able to distinguish between the two, and Sugriv had to run away because Vali was much more powerful than Sugriv. The second time they fought, Sugriv wore a mala which distinguished him from Vali, and as they were fighting, Rama shot an arrow at Vali and injured him very seriously. There were only moments before he was going to pass away. So everybody converged near Vali, and Vali asked Sugriv to take up the kingdom after his death, also to look after his wife, and asked Ram to take care of Angad, who was his son. After that, Vali asked him, Sri Rama, I know you. I know you to be a Dharmagyani. Why did you kill me in this way? See, this question has three parts. Why? Why did you kill me? Because there was no enmity between you and me. Second, this way, that is not coming for a direct fight or direct battle, hiding behind and hitting him when he was fighting with somebody else. And thirdly, what is the purpose? Because killing a person with whom you don't have any enmity doesn't serve any purpose, and any killing without purpose is papa. So these were the three questions which were asked in one single question. Sri Rama answers him, 1. You were on the Papa Marga, you threw Sugriv out of your kingdom, coveted his wife, so that was wrong behavior on your part, so I punished you. Second, the land, that is Kishkindha, used to be governed by my parents or my forefathers long ago, and I am the representative of that kingdom, so I punished you for your behavior. And last, that you are Vanapashu or Kapi, and I, being a Kshatriya, I have a right to go hunting, and you being Vanakapi or an animal in the wild, I have all right to kill you. To which Vali answered, yes, I agree I did wrong, but even then, who are you to punish me? This land may have been governed by your forefathers, but today the land is not yours. You are neither the administrator nor the king. So first thing, you don't have any right to punish me. The right belongs to the king of the land or the law of the land. Second point, I didn't have any enmity with you, nor do I have any enmity with the kingdom of Ayodhya. or the Singhasan of Ayodhya, where Bharat is sitting. So you are not a representative of Bharat, because I don't have enmity with Ayodhya, that you would be hitting me or killing me or battling me. Lastly, I may be classified as Vanakapi, but that doesn't still give you right to kill me, because which Vanakapi are to be killed? The list is given: the porcupine, the salamander, the godha. These are the animals which can be killed for hunting, and that too when you are hungry, because the hunting is being done for food. So if you are not going to eat me, the question of hunting me doesn't arise. And that is why what you have done is completely wrong from the Dharma Shastra. Interestingly, Vali was right. If you take Dharma Shastra into account, there is no justification for Vali Vadham. But that is where the overall jurisprudence comes into play. It is not only one law, it is not only one logic, it is always multiple logic. Even when you are going to market to buy something, it is not only one emotion that is involved or one criteria that is involved in buying something. There are multiple criteria and multiple motivations. In the same way, only Dharma Shastra cannot be applied everywhere. This is called as the rule of favorite weapon. Your weapon could be a favorite one, it could be a great one, but if you keep applying it everywhere, there will be a point where the weapon is non-applicable. And that is when you use another weapon or another tool to solve the problem. And this is the understanding, this is the takeaway from this story. The justification of Vali or justification of Vali Vadham is given from Arthaniti or Rajniti or Arthashastra. And the answer is Vali Vadham is justified because Sugriv was an ally of Rama. Sugriv was a friend, and a friend's enemy is your enemy too, and eliminating that enemy in whatever way possible is also your dharma. So this was where Sri Rama was helping Sugriv to claim back what was rightfully his, and he was helping a friend in need. The second point is seen is you do not have to attack an enemy on his strong point. That is not necessary. The strong point of Vali was that anybody who would come in front of him for fight, Vali would get half his strength. This top point we have explained elsewhere in episodes of Ancient Wisdom. So there was no point in directly attacking Vali. In fact, if Vali was attacked directly, he would also come with his full army, full Vanar army, and that would also be a waste of time and waste of resources, and the success is not guaranteed. So to help Sugriv in this way was as per Rajniti. Also, by doing this, Sugriv comes under the help of Sri Rama, means he is gratitudinous towards Sri Rama, and then he is double sure to help find Sita. And this was the way Vali Vadham can be justified. Now interestingly, what is the takeaway from this? We said about students and about managers. The takeaway is, if you are looking to a problem and problem seems to be insurmountable or very difficult, you are looking through the eyes of a wrong subject. Look at the problem from a different subject. So, for example, if you have a problem in algebra which you are finding exceedingly difficult, take it from me that it is not a problem to be solved with algebra. Use geometry to solve it. Or if you are finding a problem in history to be too difficult, utilize geology to solve that problem. So this is called as interdisciplinary problem solving. A problem that seems too difficult from the lens of one subject becomes easy from the lens of another subject. Use the lenses in a compound fashion, and your study not only becomes easier, it becomes more interesting too. Namaskar.